On February the 2nd, 2011, at 8:52 a.m., I blew the whistle on Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Gov.O'Malley, and his mom machine, 52 members of the Democratic Party that make money off of black bodies. On February the 2nd, my mother died from cancer. On February the 6th, I put a toilet in front of the Towson courthouse. It represents the corruption and the racism in Baltimore City and Baltimore County's Democratic Party. Scott Shellenberger, Governor O'Malley, Commissioner Belfield, State Police Shipley. Making a documentary ain't against the law. Being black in America is. That's Boyd Rutherford and PFK Boone. PFK Boone is my prodigy. I'm a mentor for PFK Boone. That's Governor Hogan and Scott Shellenberger. Like I said, that's the Creative Alliance. Get the QR code. It's making a documentary, and Governor Hogan had me taken off the ballot in 2014 and 2022. We're talking about voter suppression. If Mayor Pugh can go to jail, so can Governor Hogan. If Mayor Pugh can go to jail, so can Scott Shellenberger. Y'all quick to send black people to jail, but y'all give white people a pass. Well, in 2023, we're going to change all that. Governor Hogan won't be running for president. He's going to be running from a federal indictment. Robert Hur, Eric Barron, Robert Hardin, Rod Rosenstein, everything that y'all got since 2006, y'all got to turn over for the people to see. It's going to be a public disgrace. That's Governor Hogan. That's Westmore. And that's Westmore. Racism don't work without black cooperation. That's Peter Francott. That's Judge Carrion. That's Eric Barron. That's Anthony Brown. That's Xavier Conway. That's President Biden in the Department of Justice. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. Shorty, pull your mask up. That's Chief Justice Mary Barbera. That's Natasha, the Chief Public Defender of the state of Maryland. That's Delegate Sheila Roof. And that's States Attorney Marilyn Mosby. We talking about the making of Black America. That's notarized, response requested, legal mail. I was kidnapped, so this is like the Khalif Browder story. This is like Martin Luther King when he was locked up, letters from a Birmingham jail. That's the ACLU and my lawyer. My lawyer, Thomas Saunders, and the ACLU left me in jail. It's about the war on drugs and the money you make off of it. Slavery in the 21st century, all right? That's my producer, Rob Fix. And that's my toilet. This is art, piece, and evidence. That toilet had everybody's information on it. That's a G drive. I'm going to play this G drive in front of a federal grand jury. I'm a weaver in Baltimore. I'm weaving in Baltimore. And it's about Scott Shellenberger. That's the case. It's called Public Accommodations Act. I need to access the court. In 2023, I get access to the grand jury, or we're going to the Supreme Court. Shorty, the good in the hood. All right? Like I said, I was making a documentary. Like Martin Luther King, letters from a Birmingham jail. I gave you letters from Zion. I gave you letters from Zion. And I gave you letters from Baltimore. On February the 9th, y'all charged me with terrorism. I'm not a terrorist, I'm an activist. And my activism is recognized by M&T Bank. All right? My activism is recognized by M&T Bank. Martin Luther King was an activist 365 days a year. My activism is 365 days. This is Brown Omen. That's a can of whoop ass. And that's GOP Carter. GOP Carter been protecting this for the longest. You can't pay GOP Carter to have 2 words with me. Stephanie Smith either. Like I said, I'm an independent filmmaker and a documentaire. And my stuff is documented. That's in Annapolis. That's in City Hall. And that's Mayor Brandon Scott. Shorty, pull your mask up. I'm a copywritten criminal. You can't use my name or my likeness, and you never paid me for this. The world is watching Baltimore, and I'm going to give them something to see. These are criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger. Just like Nafong, You got a criminally charged not Scott Shellenberger. And we're going to show you how long you've been shielding this corruption for Scott Shellenberger. All right? Letters from a Birmingham jail. I'm a freedom fighter. I fight for freedom. I'm a freedom fighter. That's Dwayne Shorty Davis. Giordano Group. Be More News. That's Baltimore Crown Awards. Supporter of the Year. And that's your delegate, Stephanie Smith. And she got evidence. That same book, Shorty Pull Your Mask Up, she got. She didn't had it for over a year and ain't opened her mouth. That's the state of Maryland. A proclamation for weaving in Baltimore. I'm a weaver. All right. That's the governor's citation. And that's Corey McCray. I gave Corey McCray the information that I was making a documentary. Corey, Kaylin, and his delegation. Stephanie Smith, Corey, Kaylin, and yeah, y'all got it.
No, no, no. 1,000 times no.
You tell me no 1,000 times, but you won't defend me. But you took an oath under the Constitution to defend the Constitution and the people's rights. You don't deserve to serve. That's my mother and father. And that's weaving in Baltimore. Like I said, I'm a weaver. And I use toilets to weave. These are our politicians. Call it potty training politicians. And these are the politicians I'm potty training. Y'all got evidence and knowledge of corruption in the Democratic Party and ain't open your mouth. This is a recognition. Shorty, Champion for Justice. That's Vital Magazine. That's Entrepreneur of the Year Award, Shorty Davis. All right. That's the Community Verizon Award, Shorty Davis. Y'all talking about the Black Arts District? Well, I'm a black artist. I'm a black artist. And my art is about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. Call it Public Accommodations Act. 1964. Give us the right to use the bathrooms, use your water fountains, and access your courts. Racism don't work without black cooperation. He took an oath to defend the Constitution. He got legal mail. And he need to answer that legal mail. That legal mail gonna send a lot of people to jail. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a weaver in Baltimore. And I've been weaving. Feel me? Bless you, Shorty. Keep up the work. That's Donald Trump. And that's my political soapbox. That's Jack Young. That's Donald Trump. And that's Letters Design, a movie about Baltimore. You feel me? A movie about Baltimore. We're going to be smurfing it because we're going to be working it. These is my gnomes. You all right? And these is my toilets.
People say I smell like shit.
Yeah. That's Mary Washington. That's Vanessa Attenberry. And if you go to Vanessa Attenberry and get my whistleblower's complaint, she been shielding this for over 3 years. That's Clack Clack. That's Commissioner Harris. You go to Commissioner Harris, you got a yellow envelope. I gave it to him when he first came to town. So if anything happened to me, it's got the names of the politicians that involved in my demise.
Hey, what you looking at? You look just like me, shithead.
Yeah, you look just like me, shithead. Letters Design is a movie. It's a Rob Fix production. Everything that Rob Fix got since 2006, we're going to turn over to the federal grand jury. We weaving in Baltimore. I'm a weaver. All right? I'm a weaver. So Westmore, what you going to do? Shorty, the good in the hood.